What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Portal Knights. My name is Splattercat. Very, very happy, very chuffed to have you here today. My mom used to say that word all the time, chuffed. It wasn't a word that was like in common usage around here. Not a word that was very popular, but people always look at me weird when I use it. They'd be like, chuffed. Oh yeah, my mom used to say it all the time. I don't know. I'm chuffed to have you here today, though. I must say it as many times as I can just to add some normalcy to the whole thing. Tree, you're looking remarkably barky and cracky today. How are you feeling? A little cracked out. Let's continue forward. In today's episode, there's actually not a whole lot going on. This is going to be a really simple episode. We're probably just going to hang out. We're going to farm some materials to really sort of upgrade our gear situation before we head up to the next tier. And that's pretty much it. We're right on the edge of the iron tier right now. There is a bit of an adjustment period right there where you may struggle a little bit with some of the enemies. So if it happens to you, don't be upset. It happens to the best of us. It happened to me when I was headed through there too the last time that I played. In today's episode, I wanted to farm up some cotton, but I mostly did that off camera. I wanted to farm up some portal shards. Mostly did that off camera, so you're safe and you won't have to deal with that. Obviously, there are things that need to be done though, so I'm going to try and go about and get those done before the end of the day. Emeralds are the next thing on my list. I've got a little shopping list in front of me, a little crinkly shopping list that I decided to bring along for our adventures because I find that if I don't write things down, I always forget what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I've decided I'm just going to write them down right in front of me. So emeralds are the next thing we needed to go get because we needed that emerald powder so that we could snort it and then it would give us more magical powers. I'm assuming that ground up magical electro emerald, whatever the hells they are basically the same thing as warp stones from Games Workshop universe over from Warhammer Fantasy and all that kind of stuff. Pretty sure it has the exact same effect on us. I'm gonna go stab this slime because I've got to show him that he needs to stop messing around with my carrot fields because he doesn't know me like that. I'm a vengeful, vindictive, angry farmer, and if you mess with my land, I will go ridiculously hardwire on you. I will just it'll get nasty. It'll get ugly. I'll go Clint Eastwood in here. I have no problem destroying my reputation eternally just to go Clint Eastwood on you. I need cotton cloth. Let us put it in our bath. We need four for a stack. Hope it doesn't fall back. Done already? Good. Let's go back over here because we've got a pointy helmet to make. We've got a bit of a horned helmet, a horny helmet, if you will. I think is the ancient joke that most people repeat whenever they get this kind of helmet on the internet. There's a long-standing tradition of the easy joke. I wanted just to acknowledge that it's there. And then we shall slide it onto our head. Yeah. I'm feeling good about this decision. I'm hoping they add shields or something, or like two-handers. Like sword and board would be pretty cool. Like I really want to have like either a two-hander or I want to go sword and board. I like those cookie-cutter things, those things that have already existed for. I'm going to get rid of that hat though. That hat does not bring me joy, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to store up the rest of this stuff, and we will save it for later. Up until then, we got to go get ourselves some more emeralds. And that's pretty much all that we're going to be working towards from here on out. Once we're done with that, we might get a little bit of exploration done in some of the future zones, but I don't want to promise it because once I promise it, then it has to happen in the episode. And as long as I don't promise it, we're safe. Wonder why some things stack to 72 and some things don't. I could probably make a stone brick. Oh, it takes a little bit of dirt to make those? Okay. I had no idea. I don't really need to expand my house right now. I mean, I think we could definitely make a nicer house, but at the end of the day, I don't think we need one. That's really the truth of the matter, is our house is pretty sweet right now. It's already got, like, all of our stuff taken care of. I'd like to maybe make, like, a little workshop hut, like, over here or something that we could put all of our workbenches in. That way we could free up a little bit of space and maybe, like, a little storage shed built into the side of the mountain right there. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot of things that I've been brainstorming on with regards to our random building assignments. We got cotton seeds. Might be worth planting those. Might. So I'm going to do it. I don't really care where they go over here. I'm just going to put cotton plants like all over the place. And then if they grow in a couple of days, I will be super happy with that because then I can harvest out more cotton that I don't need and then don't have the storage for. Awesome. Let's continue onwards. You get out of here. You're divisible by 2, so I can turn you into blocks and save an inventory space. Oh my god, the efficiency that is going on right now at this channel. The ridiculous amount of efficiency. Alright, so we're looking solid. We need iron bars, though, before we can make this go any better. So I'm going to keep my eye out for emeralds. I know where we can get them. We can get them off of that map right there. However, you can't really explore this map. I'll take you back over here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's nothing in there. Like, you can't get off that little central island and go explore the rest of it. So for the people that might have been wondering in the comments, because I'm sure there's a few of you, just know that there's nothing you can do there. We got purple slimes, venom maggots, saurian mages, fruit palm, aloe, potato fields, and basalt. Nothing useful on this map, so I think our best goal is just going to be to forge on ahead as quickly as possible. I will, however, look around for treasures and other shiny things that I can add to my backpack or my wallet to make us a little bit more splendiferous, to make us a little bit more successful, a little bit less rudimentary with regards to our random outfittings. I don't think I have any blocks with me to actually make that jump. I forgot to bring some with me. I'll have to chisel some away down here. There are basalt blocks on the ground right there. If you were looking to get igneous, that's the stuff. Lovely, lovely basalt blocks. Huzzah. Looked at a lot of basalt when I was in college. You're going to see basalt is pretty common. I mean, just about everything was like a volcanic zone in the past, and so that's where it all comes from. Like, basically the entire planet spent quite a bit of time just being like melty and squirty. And that's why there's so much basalt and other random volcanic stone all over the place. Doesn't look like... This actually looks like a cookie cutter of the last one that we went into, so I don't think that's going to help out much. Don't think I need too many of the resources here either. I will, however, I think need to fight for my right to do battle. These guys I don't think shoot lightning at you. I think they mostly just use random AoEs and stuff like that. Yeah, they do that thing right there. It might be wise to get rid of him first. Watch out for that little zappy thing he sends out, though. It is really, really, really dangerous. If there's like 3 or 4 of these things and they're all using that zappy spell, you can get yourself annihilated pretty quickly. It's an ugly spell to have to deal with sometimes. We got ourselves some electro quartz. Don't think we're going to need electro quartz anytime soon. I think that's a resource that's probably just going to be backstocked for me. Let's have another look around the area, though. We've lost a little bit of health. I would like to find a dungeon or maybe break some pots or something. There's probably some health left inside that house if we wanted to go in there and get it, but... a couple more saurians over there. Hey, climb that. There we go. Sometimes they climb up and go over, and sometimes they don't. I can't explain exactly what makes it happen, but something makes it happen, and I am... Oh, we can't use that as a... Oh, I thought that was actually a block. Okay. I learned a thing today. I don't think I'm going to make that jump either. That's upsetting. Let's get some dirt blocks so we can actually, like, augment our building preferences here. Make our travel a little bit lighter and easier. There. That should be fine. Those are potato plants down there. I think they heal you or something. They probably do. I will take you. And while I'm in the neighborhood, let's get dirty. Let's get a little dirty, Nerdcast. Look at how fast the grass grows around here. What a magical, wonderful place. Unless you really hate grass and you want to have one of those, like, southwestern front yards. And then I suppose this place would kind of suck for you. Ow! There was a kamikaze eyeball waiting for me in here. Little bastard. Ooh. But there are supplies in here. And I am definitely okay with this. We needed that healing super badly. This is also supplying us with a really, really good grab of XP. Just in case you wanted to fill that grab bag up, we got ourselves a big-ass turtle down there who looks like he's done way too much creatine. What's up on top of here? Anything special? Probably just dirt. It'll let us look around for a minute, though. Tree cover is going to give us a little bit of trouble, but nothing that can't be dealt with. Probably just going to duck him. Treasure chest on that side is going to supply us with mostly what we expected. Just some portal shards, things of that nature. It looks like there's some kind of testicular fruit hanging off that tree. Probably stay away from it. I don't want to mess with anybody else's setup, anybody else's rig, anybody else's like thing that they got going on. I wouldn't want them to mess with mine, so why would I want to mess with theirs, you know? There's some marble over here. If you were interested in having marble block floors, there's these sacrificial towers that are around, and around them you can get marble blocks, which is pretty cool. Marble, just metamorphosed granite. That's all that it is. Them lovely granitoids. Those I'm sorry, that's not the word. It's not the word that I was looking for. Never mind. I almost said diatomite for some reason. Diatomite is definitely not one of those. Diatomite's kind of this weird stone where it's kind of like in flat sheets. They put it in toothpaste and a couple of other objects. Trying to get that extra. There we go. As much marble as I can take back with me, because I do feel like I want to be luxurious. Yes, it's not Brazilian marble, but it's marble all the same. And so I suppose we'll just have to make do, peasants. That'd probably work over there. How many places does this split into, out of curiosity? So we can branch in 2 separate directions, and the next boss is way the hell over there. So you can go southwards or we can go northwards, and my guess is that we actually don't really have much of a choice there. These zones are going to get larger and larger and larger. So there's a port right there. There's a port right there. Okay, we do have a choice. We do have a choice. Well, I'm going to go for this one right here. It's the first one that we laid eyes upon, and seeing as we've had any interaction with it that involves Late, I feel a little bit more intimate with this portal. So let's go around this side. Perfecto. And we've got a couple more of those. Unfortunately, we're not going to have all the portal shards we need in order to advance quite as quickly as I'd like. But we've got enough to at least open a portal. That's been opened up. They gave us a warning at the beginning of the game that made it sound like things were going to charge out and like headbutt us in the dick if we weren't careful when we opened a portal. But so far, all of the portals have been fairly safe for me. I haven't worked Toxmore. That sounds like a new place. Maybe we got a new biome. Doing our Chrono Trigger thing right now. Playing Chrono Trigger through again right now. I never beat it when I was younger. My friend had a copy of it on the Super Nintendo, and I assume he probably still has that copy. It's worth a fortune now. Well, it looks like kind of a sad, depressed place. Definitely looks a bit melancholic out here. Are the walls made out of mushroom? Like, what the hell? Or is that just dirt? It's just like weird green dirt that looks like it has Swiss cheese in it. Gross. Lots of stuff to kill, though, and we don't have enough portal shards to go anywhere else, so we might as well spend our time here. I like the maps where things are victims and they don't fight back so good. A moss shell. Hopefully we'll find some iron ore pretty soon, too. You guys have no idea how much I'm, like, leaning towards that right now. Like, I want it badly. I want it. Ow, you zapped me. Purple slime, you zapped me. How could you? Well, fine, I'm going to zap back then. If people are going to zap me, I'm going to zap back because that's just the sort of vindictive, nasty, vengeful person that I am. And that slime is really trying. Like, he's trying hard right now. I feel bad for him. He's definitely putting in an A+ effort. He's giving it his all. Got enough for another portal key right there, so that'll be good because we're going to need it in just a minute. I want to look around, though, and see, is that iron right there? I think that might be iron. Oh, we got iron and coal right side by side. There it is. We got this nerd castle. Oh, we're tearing it up now. I knew eventually we'd find that good shit. I bet it's because you guys are here. You guys seem to be good luck. Things I do on YouTube, I tend to have really good luck with. Things I do on stream, I have really bad luck with. It's weird how that swaps around. I've been playing XCOM 2. I never realized how unlucky I was until I played that game. Like, for real, dice do not love me. Dice are not my friend. And it's like, I wish they would bring back, like, one of the things I really miss is I wish they would bring back the time units. Like, I get the 2 action system that they're doing is to streamline the process and make the game run quicker without you constantly having to look at, like, random amounts of TUs. But what I liked about Xenonauts and the original XCOM is that you could eliminate some of those random variables by spending more TUs. I like that tremendously because then, if you're irritated by happenstance and chance like I am and you get salty about it, you can just eliminate that entirely by spending a ton of TUs every time you take a shot to make sure you have a guaranteed hit. Like, I get why they don't have it, but still, I like Xenonauts system a little bit better. I do think that XCOM 2, I don't know, I'm a little bit biased because my XCOM 2 doesn't run very well. Like, XCOM 2 runs terribly on my rig. Like, I can barely run it at all. It's got performance issues, it's got crashing issues, it's got all kinds of stuff. And so I'm a little bit biased and I'm a little bit hard on it because it's just not running. Oh, shit. Well, anyways, I'm a little bit biased on it because it doesn't run well on my system. It just doesn't run. It's got bugs. I think I've had 3 or 4 campaigns now get ruined by bugs. Just like random stuff going wrong that's like game breaking, and so I have this inclination to be really, really hard on it and just throw my hands in the air. I do think that they made improvements in a lot of ways, but they also, I don't know, I think I still like Enemy Within and XCOM Enemy Unknown better. I think that the originals were a little bit truer to the experience, while at the same time, I think they added a lot of stuff in XCOM 2 just to add complication for complication's sake. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the new alien models. It seems like they looked at a bunch of magic cards and were like, yeah, let's just put that in game. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an asshole right now. It's possible. I do that from time to time. Why are you not mining the thing that I'm aiming at? There we go. I gotta go to first-person mode, otherwise it's not gonna work. But I started up Chrono Trigger again. It's a game that I never beat. It's a game that I never actually made it that far into. My friend had a copy of it, but he was always so obsessively playing it that I never really got a chance to play. Like, it was one of those games he never let out of his eyesight, like, ever. This is back when we were like 12 or 13 when it first came out. He wouldn't loan it to anybody. He wouldn't do anything like that with it. He would loan other stuff. He definitely would not loan it, though. It was like the game that he just like slept with next to his head, like under his pillow and whatnot. And so I'm finally getting a chance to play it. I like it. I think it did a lot of stuff that I think... You know why I think people like Chrono Trigger for the first time? The storyline... People have talked the storyline up at this point with Chrono Trigger to the point where I just got done... I got through Guardia. I've gotten all the characters back through time. So we went at a time. We had the whole princess thing where we rescued the queen, and then we came back. I'm about 2 hours in. So maybe the storyline hasn't kicked off yet. We already hung out with Frog for a while and did all that kind of stuff. Maybe the storyline hasn't kicked off, but so far the storyline seems kind of rudimentary. However, I think what people like about that game is if you played a lot of Squaresoft games from back in the day, the combat was you kind of just like stood there and you attacked over and over again. I think people like the motion that was in the combat. Like, things move a lot in that game, and like the combat takes place on a battlefield with people in like different positions, even though they're pre-configured. I think we probably need to put in some kind of little bridge over here, otherwise I'm gonna screw this up again. There we go, perfect. This big dude over here, though, you know he's about to try some shit. He just looks like the kind of dude that's going to try some shit. I wish you could turn off the auto-targeting. Maybe I can. Because I could target my attacks better just using the keyboard and mouse than I think the game is doing with the auto-targeting right now. Ooh, we got strong attacks going in. Give me that shit. You can't swing on me. You can't swing on me. I got the zaps. Got the zaps. I always wanted to make a sour candy called Zaps. With Z's. Z-A-P-Z. I bet it already exists. I always wanted to make a sour candy. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, sour Shock Tarts or something. Ooh, my tongue just tingled when I said that. I started salivating a little bit. I haven't had Shock Tarts in hella long. I need to get down on some Shock Tarts. They even make those anymore? I haven't seen those since I was a kid. Like, they used to sell them at, like, baseball games, like Little League games and stuff. Like, that was the jam. If you went to see, like, your cousin's Little League game or whatever, because we all played baseball. It is, after all, the American pastime. And so... we played, me and everybody in my family played baseball. It was like, why aren't we getting, I need those drops right now. Like, seriously, I need those drops. I need, like, those big wabba wabba drops right now, and I'm not getting them on those yellow bricks, those yellow pieces. They make our life a little bit easier. Iron ore would be great, though, too. I mean, I just want to upgrade all my crafting benches and get that stuff shifted away. Squared away. I don't think there's a dungeon on this map. I've yet to see one. Oh, he's a toxic wizard? How am I missing him? Interesting. So does he have like a... It looks like he has some kind of internal dodge count now. I don't know exactly how I'm going to deal with that, but... it definitely represents an interesting issue. Because we can't just go all in and stun lock him to death like we were doing with previous mobs. I'll probably go after this moss shell over here. Take his shard. How many shards we got? 11? Okay. So we've got enough to where we'll keep on trucking for a little bit. That's really irritating. Like, I just miss. And magic can miss too. Like, there's just no way around that. Huh. What an irritating enemy. I'm probably just not even going to fight him then. I don't like stuff like that where, like, clearly the weapon is going through his face and it just counts as a miss. Never been a fan. Ooh, treasure chest, though. What did that give us? A copper plate block. I'd like it if you could find loot inside some of the chests, too. I don't know if you've noticed that, but throughout the game, we haven't found, like, any real loot. We just find, like, random materials and stuff. I'd like to find actual, like, gloves and shit when we go through there. How much you want to bet? He's toxic. There we go. We'll get rid of him. He's not going to feed us any XP, though. I'm going to drop... Give me the torch real fast. Looks like we found an underground tunnel here. Or at least fell into one. By found, I mean my footable missed solid ground and dropped me into this weird pit of despair. Still, we might find something of use down here. Fallen Squire. Hits a little bit harder than I remember. A little bit of loot right there, so let's go ahead and take it for ourselves. Technically, that ore right there should be red because you typically find iron oxide in nature. Lots and lots of iron oxide. In fact, it's not that hard to come by. It's finding the actual seams of uncorroded iron that's a little bit more difficult. Still, there are iron-bearing stones, and you can just melt those down, and you should be able to chemically separate all the constituents pretty easily. This looks a little dangerous in here. It definitely looks a little dangerous. Seems like the kind of place where I could absolutely get my ass whooped. But with great risk comes great reward, right? Maybe. That little bit of health is appreciated because I don't know how this is going to go down with all these eyeballs. I would need a magic spell. And then I'm going to try and pull them the best I can. There we go, we knocked one down. Just got to get the others now. We don't have a ton of mana points left, though. Our mana meter is a little bit off. Ooh, hey. Almost walked right past that. That's that good stuff. I don't know how much we have, but we're going to need a lot of it. Which is why I'm so aggressively mining it right now. The amount of copper that I need in order to advance through the game was so much more than I expected that it's now made me paranoid about my iron supplies. There we go, 12 iron ore. How much are we up to right now? 34. And I think it takes 4 to make a block, so we've only got 8 bricks. I don't know if we're going to need the cotton or if we're going to need to move up to linen next either. I don't know if you need mana to cast this, but screw it. Oh, you got to aim it? Oh, man. Okay, so that's kind of like a point-blank spell only type deal. I'm going to try and pull this little zapper over to here. Yeah, those ones are a little bit more resilient than I expected. Yeah, probably gonna have to use one of those. Keep drinking those red fluids that I made out of carrots. Apparently carrot juice is more healing than we thought it was. It was more restorative anyways. That was a nasty room. That room got me into trouble. There's some iron ore on the ceiling. I have seen it. I just don't know if it's worth the effort to mine it right now. Let me take that. Sharpening stone's not going to be up for a minute. So while we wait, we should regenerate a little bit too once we've been out of combat for a while. It's a little bit more iron. Kind of a nasty place. Kind of a nasty place. See how far down this tunnel goes though, because we found it, so we might as well explore it. I will probably mine out all of this right here before I go mess with them. I need more regeneration time. And until I get it, I am just going to be a mess. That's a big seam right there. That's a pretty good vein. I will absolutely 100% take it. Give me all that stuff because I need better gear. I definitely feel like I'm behind the tech curve right now. Like just suffering my way through basically. Ugh, this room looks kind of nasty too. Good God. Yeah, we need to make a bow. Definitely thinking we need to make a bow. Let's go back. Let's consider it. I think we're ill-equipped for this right now. I really sincerely do. I think we're poorly equipped, and I think we're going to get ourselves into trouble. I didn't make a ranged weapon because they're relying so heavily on these eyeball guys that unfortunately you can't really fight them in melee as a melee character without losing a ton of health. Luckily, the character system in this game, I forgot to set my skill too. I'll handle my level up in just a moment. You'll forgive me for that one. There. I've been getting terrible booty balls XP for this entire episode because I'm too stupid to go ahead and handle my business and make sure these are growing a little bit better. So it looks like, all things considered, it takes a couple of days to get those up and running. Knock you out because I don't want you messing with my house while I'm sitting here trying to like craft and do other fun stuff. Apparently orcs carry around ore. That explains why ore is at the front end of their names, so I never knew that that was like a specific modifier for their name. So can I smelt iron ore from here? Oh, we need basalt stone blocks in order to upgrade that. Okay. Noted. Got a bunch of portal blocks that all need to be taken care of. That'll get us a little bit closer. Stone blocks can go. So we got the marble, we got the lightning zaps. A few more of those as well. Still really sort of having trouble with inventory space, though. It's okay, we'll fix it. So if I needed basalt, I didn't realize that was like a crafting material that you had to have. I'm going to go farm some basalt in between episodes. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Portal Knights. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. I'm going to go grab some basalt. We'll come back, and we should be able to get our gear up to the next tier. So never fear, dear viewer. I'll see you next time. Bye.